you have food sitting around, they're going to come around more and more. Your eyes tired? Are you tired? Are you tired of me? Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I slept more than you because I couldn't sleep the other night because my the neuropathy in my legs, the pain and tingling and stuff, you know, because we went to bed at what 9, 10 o'clock, something like that at night, and I sat here in my chair, tried to go to sleep. I just kept moving my legs around because the pain was so bad. I figured, okay, I'll get in my bed, and that way I can stretch out. Maybe I'll go to sleep. Nope, still had the pain. So I decided, well, I got up and I took my pills that I take for the neuropathy because I had forgot to take them. And I figured, well, no, I was sitting in my chair, and then I realized why I couldn't get to sleep because of not taking my pills for the neuropathy in my feet and legs. So I got up out of my chair, took my pills, and then got in bed. But it takes about an hour, hour and a half for it to really kick in. Well, it wasn't kicking in. So I got back up and I just sat here in my chair, turned my TV on, and sat here until I could feel the pain, you know, getting better in my legs and feet and stuff. And so then I shut my TV off at about 2 o'clock, and you know, then I fell asleep. But then I got up at you know like 5 o'clock in the morning, and so I got like maybe 3 hours sleep that night. So the next night, we went to bed around 5. So I slept from 5 to 7. I took a nap after I came. After you got done with your laundry and stuff. Then we went to bed. So I slept from 5 to 7 for 2 hours. I got up and I got something to eat, and I turned the TV on, and I sat here for like 45 minutes. Then I was still very, very tired. So I shut the TV off, went to bed, and so about a quarter way when I went back to sleep, when I went to bed, so I figure about 8 o'clock I probably fell asleep and never woke up until I got up to go to CR, looked at the clock on the microwave, it was 4:30. So I slept for from 8 o'clock until 4:30. So that was 8.5 hours, and then you include the other 2 hours from 5 to 7. So that was 10.5 hours of sleep that I got. So, and that was basically because of the fact that I only got like 3 hours of sleep the night before, and then got up. Once I was at work, there about an hour. I was wide awake then. I wasn't tired, but then as the day drug on, the more and more work I did, the more and more tired I got. So then I came home, and then I was with you when you went to get something to eat, and I was out there while you were doing your laundry and stuff. And then we went to bed after you had your laundry all done. So, but I got like 10.5 hours of sleep that night. So I made up. I made up for what I'd lost the night before. So I slept for 10.5 hours. That was after, being up until 2 o'clock in the morning the night before. You know, I only got 3 hours of sleep that night. But then the next night after I got home from work, I was with you while you finished your laundry and you went to get something to eat. And so then after that, I slept for minus being awake for like 45 minutes, when I got something to eat after 7 o'clock. I, I slept for like 10.5 hours. So I made up for the time that I had lost the night before because I'd only slept for 3 hours that night. So that 10.5 hours made up for, what I lost the day before. So, but I always get my sleep. I don't do without my sleep. If I'm tired, I sleep. If I'm not, I don't. You know, like I said, I normally take my pills about an hour before I go to bed at night, and because it takes them approximately an hour to kick in, and so I always take them about an hour before I go to ready to go to sleep. Then you know, with the one the one pill is for the neuropathy and my pain and stuff in my feet and legs. So I take that 3 times a day, and then the other one that I take is it's it's called Tansulin. It's it's a generic version of Flomax, and I take that at night. So I take about an hour before I go to bed, and then right before I go to bed, I go to the CR and pee and stuff, and then during the course of the night, I only get up one time to pee. Before I was taking that Flomax, I was getting up anywhere from 4 to 6 times every single night. So I was not getting any sleep. I would fall asleep an hour later. I had to get up and go pee. Then I'd go back to sleep. An hour later, I had to get up and go pee again. But now that I'm taking this Flomax, I'm only getting up one time a night now. From the time after I go to sleep, I get up one time during the course of the night to go pee. But before, 4 to 6 times every single night I was getting up because when I'd go pee, then my bladder was not emptying out. I would I would go until it felt like I was empty, that my bladder was empty, and I'd go back to sleep. An hour later, I'd be up going to pee again because my bladder had not emptied. I had the feeling that I had, you know, urinated, peed, as much as I was in there, but no, that ain't what was happening. So, yeah, before I started taking that Flomax, getting up 4 to 6 times every single night to go pee. Now, since I've been taking it, I get up one time a night to go pee. That's it. Huh? Am I quitting? Am I recording? Or am I recording? No. Are you recording? Okay. 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 No, there's no bad words. He's not a bad word. I mean, I don't think it's a bad word. Everybody does it. Everybody has to go. So it's not a bad word in my opinion. So I mean, I could just say, if I need to go urinate, that's the same thing. So no, I'm not saying any bad words. I'm just a bad person. I'm not saying bad words. I'm just an awful, mean, nasty, bad person, and you still love me. Yep, no matter how mean I am, you still love me. Huh? You have it. You always will. Well, mine's at 19%. So mine when we're talking and stuff, it charges very very slow. Because I've had mine plugged in. Yeah, I've had mine plugged in for the past hour, and it's only at 19%, and it charges so slow. Like when the camera's on and we're talking and stuff, it just it won't charge very fast. Now once it's off, once the camera's off and everything, and we're not talking, I can lay it down here. Within 45 minutes, it'll be 100% charged. So it's like when we're talking and the camera's on and stuff like that, it just even though it's been plugged in, it's only at 19%. And I turned this one, I just shut it completely down because it was at 4%, and I figured, well, it's going to shut down anyway, so I just shut it off. Huh? You going to sleep? Did you say you want to go to sleep? Yeah. I wish I had a way of boosting my volume. I had my volume all the way up, and I can't hear you. I can I can barely hear you. It's like you're talking. It's like you're talking in a. I can't hear a word you're saying. I can't hear you. Did you call me on WhatsApp or Messenger? Are we talking right now on WhatsApp or Messenger? I don't know. For some reason, I can't hear you. I got my volume all the way up. Well, I mean, I could hear you a while ago and stuff, but it's like it got really, really quiet. It's like you're talking in the, like you're talking real low, like you're whispering is what it sounds like. Let me take this out. And the only way I can hear you is to take this out and hold it up here to my ear as you talk. So that's the only way I can hear you, is to hold it up here to my ear. Okay, okay, all right. Okay, I can hear you just fine now. Okay, I won't touch the volume at all, and we'll see if the volume stays the same or goes back down. So I won't touch the volume, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I can hear you just fine now. But before I ended the call and stuff, it was like you were talking and like that's how it sounded. You were probably talking, huh? Uh, I don't know. When I checked the volume and stuff, it was all the way up. So you know why the volume went so low, I don't know. But right now, I can hear you perfectly fine. So I don't know why the volume goes down. I know when we're talking on WhatsApp, the volume is always very low on that one. It's just that's the way it is. It's always low. But on Messenger, no, the volume is usually fine. But for some reason, it started getting lower and lower and lower. I don't know why. Yeah, someone someone dinged it. Someone's they just let you know they're on their way over. I'll be there in a little bit. Yes. Yeah, I'm just my eye itches. That's all it is. It's just it itches. It's not sore or or anything. It just it itches at times. So I scratch it. I mean, I don't scratch it with like my fingernail. I use the back of my finger and just like rub it. I close my eye and then so I'm actually rubbing the eyelid, not the eyeball, because it just itches every now and then. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Well, I'll try and stop, and I know a perfect way to stop is I will take some hot juice and put it on my finger. So the next time I do that, my eye will start burning. That'll stop me from itching. I'll get some jalapeno juice and put it on my finger. Well, I mean, that's why like at work, I I always wear plastic gloves when I'm working with any of the food, because I don't want my the skin to be coming in contact with any of the food because we sell it to the customers, and I don't want them complaining that there's a bad taste or somebody gets sick or whatever, and I just don't want to take a chance. So we're required, anybody that works where you're preparing food in any way, shape, or form, you know, you're supposed to wear gloves when you're preparing food. Whether it's in a store like I work, or whether it's in a restaurant, you know, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I watched your video today on. I watched one new one today. Uh huh. Yeah, there was one new one today when I signed into it, and like I said, I always scroll down to where it says total videos, and the number had went up by one. So then I went into all videos, and it showed that there was one that I had not watched. So I watched it today. So, well, I know the other day, I don't know if it was yesterday or day before, when you were asleep, the curtains, draperies or whatever and stuff that you hang up around and stuff when you make your videos, they were some of them were laying under you, and you were covered up with some of them. So obviously you had probably just made it that day because I could because I could tell that it was, because of the videos I saw, you know it's one that you normally have hanging up around your room and stuff, but they were laying down. So I'm assuming that was the day you made the video. That was like a day or two ago, because I had even said something to you about it. I said, "Oh, I know you made at least one new video because your your like wall coverings and stuff that you normally put up, when you make the videos, was laying down." So because I saw one that was under you and that you were covered up with another one. So, huh? Blonde hair? No, the one I just watched today. No, it's just been it was a brand new one. You had your dark hair. So no, it was obviously just uploaded 2 or 3 days ago. So no. Yep. Okay. I will keep quiet while you lay there and go to sleep. I'll just, I'll just sit here and watch you. Yep. And something I've noticed that you do is, you know, not that I don't enjoy, you know, being part of it, but there's times when I don't know. I get the impression that you just don't want to talk to me or whatever, or and stuff. That you'll start watching, you know, videos or whatever and stuff, and and you'll be holding one phone and hold the other phone, and it's like you do that a lot. I get the impression you just don't want to talk, so you just put something on so to watch. So I just get that impression that you know that's what you want to do. So I just let it go. Sometimes you'll be watching something and it's in it's in your language and I have no idea what they're saying. So I just I just watch. So I don't know. It's hard what? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I wish I could bring you home with me. Now, I wish I could get you out of that and give you, you know, room. I really do. And it hurts me to know that there's nothing I can do about it right now. And because I understand what you're going through and stuff. That, it's a very small room. You got your stuff in there, and that gives you even less room. And I totally understand, and I wish there was something I could do right now. I wish there was something I could have done before now. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm 70, and all I've ever done is rent wherever I've lived since I got out of the service and stuff back in '76. That's all I've ever done is pay rent. I've never owned my own house. Yeah, yeah. And I'd say you probably spend 90% of every day in your room. The other 10% is like if you go outside to do your laundry or to go and get something to eat or just go out for a walk. But 90% of every single day, you're in your room. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Either somebody's, talking, whether it's next door, upstairs, whatever, or somebody's opening up your curtain or whatever and looking in, and not giving you your privacy. You don't go and, do that to them. So why do they feel it's okay to come and do that to you? You know, hon, that's why I want, you know, and it's nothing to do with your culture, Philippines, nothing. I just, I want to get you out of that situation, to give you, to show you that there are better things in life, and to have you with me, not, not this long distance thing. I mean, right now we're going through a long distance love affair, but I want us to be together. I want I want you to be happy every day, not just when we're talking and and video chatting and stuff. I want you to be happy 24/7. Yeah, with anything. I mean, you're it's like, yeah, I mean, where I live, Charlie's on one side. There's a lady who lives in an apartment on the other side. There's three people who live in the apartments, three apartments on the back side of this building. So, there's like in this building, there's six different people living in their apartments, but it's not like where you live. I mean, I don't hear, I never ever hear Charlie or anybody. I never hear any noise from anybody around here. Yes, yeah, because everything's so close. Yeah, I mean, one side you got music playing, the other side you got your sister and her kid and stuff, yakking and the baby crying and you have no privacy, no time to just relax and and just like mellow out, and just just relax and enjoy yourself and peace and quiet. You have no peace and quiet. I mean, your body has got used to hearing stuff, so you can sleep, you know, through some of it. I know you probably don't sleep through it all, but your body has got used to it, so your body like your body like has tuned out, people talking or music playing, whatever stuff, because your body has gotten used to it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now, hun, I know that you know. I don't know. I'm hoping that before you come here, that I can get even if it's still renting, a bigger place than what I have right now. I know that when you're here, if we're here, right here, it'll definitely be bigger than what you're in right now. Definitely, it'll be a lot bigger. You'll have plenty of room to dance. I mean, the ceilings are like, the ceilings are like, I mean, I can stand up and reach up, and I'm still probably 2.5 feet from touching the ceiling. The ceilings are like 8 feet high, so there's plenty of room to move around and dance, and like when you're laying in bed, you'll have plenty of room to stretch out. You won't have to worry about having stuff at your feet or having to sleep at an angle, or I look forward to giving that to you, to give you a, I want to give you a better life than what you've had to have all of your life so far. I mean, yeah, things in here are going to be more expensive than what you're used to there, but things are a lot better here, hon. They are. And I want you to experience it. I want you to enjoy it and to see how much fun we can have together here. And never, I mean, I mean, we can go, we can get in the car and, I can drive somewhere and we could go somewhere just in the state of Ohio only. We could go to a different place every day of the year and still would not have covered everything there is to see and do in Ohio alone. I mean, there'll be so much that I want to show you and share with you. And I know that it'll make you smile from ear to ear because you will be so happy. And you won't have to worry about mice and rats and cockroaches and centipedes. You won't have to worry about any of that here. Nothing. The only thing we ever have around here is, you have seen them, when we have squirrels outside, running around and stuff. That's our wildlife around here is squirrels. What's wrong, hon? You look like you're thinking about something. What? I mean, you can talk to me. If you can talk to me, hon. I want you to talk to me. I want you to share with me your likes, your dislikes. If you know, I'm trying to let you know that there are better things in life than what you have right now. I'm not trying to take away from your heritage and your lifestyle and what you're used to. I just want you to know that there are better things. And some things, like I said, you won't have to worry about, the mice and the rats. And, even though you say, well, the rats are my friend. The rats are out for their self only. They don't care about any human. All they care about is eating and, you know, biting people or whatever. And, you know, they don't, rats do not care about humans. They don't have feelings like, oh yeah, this is my best friend here, or this is my, this person will take care of me no matter what. If I break a leg, this human will doctor me up or whatever. They don't look at humans like that. They look at humans as the enemy, plain and simple. You're used to it, so you consider them your friends. But that's not how they look at you. I'm sorry, hon, if this is upsetting you, but it's the truth. You know, if anything that I'm saying is upsetting you, let me know, okay? No matter what it is, no matter if I'm talking about rats or, you know, that, what you are going through and, people so close to you, you can't, it's like, it's almost like they're smothering you because they're so close that you don't have any room to do anything that you want to do. Like you said, you love to dance, but you don't have the room to really dance like you want to dance. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got you got people on one side talking, you got somebody on the other side playing music, and you're trying to carry on, you know, you're trying to carry on a conversation with me, but yet that's everything is disturbing that it's hard for you, to carry on conversations because of all these distractions. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now I don't know if you got it there or not, but there's a thing that they have here, and I don't know. I'm sure Worcester has it. I don't know, but have you ever heard of karaoke? Karaoke? Yeah, they have it here in the United States. It's a regular thing. I mean, you can probably just go into just about any city, and there'll be multiple places where you can do karaoke, where you can get up on stage and sing. Yeah, yeah, and you'll be able to do that around here. And now, yeah, now, I mean, like where I'm living at right now, the quiet time, the city actually has imposed this, is from 11 o'clock at night until 6 o'clock in the morning is considered quiet time. Because that way, people that work, you know, during the daytime, they're sleeping at, that time of night from like 11 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning. So it's considered the quiet time. And which is totally understandable. If somebody's got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get ready to go to work, they're trying to sleep between 11 and 6. So we keep it quiet. You know, which is totally understandable. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Once you're here, we'll be on the same time. It ain't like, you'll be sleeping and I'll be awake. I'll be sleeping, you'll be awake. We'll be on the same time. So we'll sleep at the same time. We'll be awake at the same time. And, like say I'm at work or whatever, and you know, I don't know, say you're tired or whatever, and you would just I do at times, and basically I do it because when I'm an old fart and I need it at times, is I'll just take an hour nap, you know, it just like refreshes my body to keep me going, and if you're here and I'm at work or whatever, and you just want to take an hour nap, you can take an hour nap. You know, I do it all the time. If I'm tired, I just sit back in my chair, I'll shut my curtains up, turn off the lights, and just say, "Yep, I'm gonna take a nap now." But that comes with old age too. The older you get, the more naps you want to take. See, I'm boring you to sleep again. Yeah, hon, I look forward to the day that I can get you out of that, you know, out of there, that situation, that room, to give you more room to move around. And, I just, I want you to be happy. I know you're happy to a point because we're together, but I want the happiness to go beyond that. I want you to be happy every single day when you wake up, when you go to sleep, when you eat, when you go out for a walk. I want you to be happy all the time. I don't want you to be, you know, annoyed by neighbors talking and playing music and you can't do what you want to do and, I want you to enjoy it. I want you to enjoy your life and I want to share your life. I want to share your life with me and my life with you. I want us to be a very, very, very happy couple. You know, and I'm not saying all this to try and depress you or anything. I'm trying to make you happy. Yeah, and you won't have to set. You will not have to set like that ever once you're here. Now, I mean, there's times that I'll be, when I'm sitting in my chair, you know, I don't put my legs up like up underneath of me, but when I'm sitting here, I will bend one of my legs up so that like the bottom of my foot is up close to where my knee of the other one is, but it's not, up underneath me and stuff, like where you, because it gives you pain in your knees, in the back of your knees area and stuff, because you don't have room to, you don't, you don't have room to even set up a chair or anything where you can just sit, without having to sit on the floor or lay on the floor. Now, hon, I could not do what I couldn't sleep on a floor like you do. I just couldn't do it. I mean, you're used to it. I mean, you've done it for a long time. I'm trying to pull you up. I'm trying to pull you up, but no, hon. When you when you get here, Yeah, I have this chair right now because it's just me. But when you get here, the chair will be gone, and we will have a couch to sit on so that we're together, sitting side by side, you know, watching TV or listening to music, or I could be sitting there and you could be standing up, singing and dancing. Do what? Okay, that's from what? You're sleeping on the floors, or is that a bite? Oh, so it's well, it's like a bed sore, but it's a floor sore. It's a sore. It's a sore from your floor. Yeah, it's just like people that are like in nursing homes or whatever and stuff, that are bedridden, and nurses have to come in and periodically, you know, move the person from like one side or from their back to their side or whatever, because if they lay in the bed for a long period of time without moving, they get what's called bed sores. And it's just like that. Yeah. It's like that because you have, it's that's a bed sore for you because the floor is your bed. So it's considered a bed sore. SORE, sore. But even though it's the floor, it's still what you sleep on. So it's a bed sore. And of course, that's from the way you're setting and stuff. Because your ankle and stuff is on that hard floor and stuff. Yeah, and it's like now here, I mean, the whole apartment is there's carpet. So it's not like thick carpet, but there's padding, and then there's the carpet on top of the padding. So and underneath the carpet and the padding is concrete, but you're not actually walking or sleeping, you know, on concrete. If there's carpet. So, but at least here, hon, you won't have to sleep on the floor unless you want to. Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping even when I'm there next month that you will be able to tolerate sleeping in a bed because you're used to sleeping on the floor. I'm hoping. I mean, I may be sleeping in the bed by myself. I don't know. You may sleep on the floor and I'll be in the bed. What, to sleep on the floor? Yeah, yeah, because even there, I mean, you have mice and rats and cockroaches and stuff that, is, crawling around on the floor and everything, and they're crawling on you and, you know, yeah, it's not healthy, it's not safe, you know, and I just want to try and take care of you. I want you to be happy. I want to try and take care of you to the best of my ability to, to give you what you haven't had, to give you a place that, yeah, it's not a home, but at least temporarily this this or maybe somewhere else will be our home, but it'll definitely be better than what you have. Yeah, yeah, I understand, hon. I do. I wish, I wish I, I wish I could, I wish I could get you out of it right this very second. Not a minute from now, but right now. I wish there was some way that I could get you out of that. And it really bothers me that I can't. It really, really does. And and I know that there's nothing I can do about it right now, no matter how much I want to. I just want you to. I want you here. Damn it! I mean, I have something wonderful in my life, and I can't share it. I can't share my life with somebody that has become so important to me, and I cannot share my happiness with her. And it hurts. It hurts that I can't do anything for you. I do what I can. I help as much as I can. But what I really want, I can't give you right now. And basically that means that you have to keep suffering. Yeah. It may not be good for the heart, but it doesn't change the situation. And it ain't going to make it any better until I have you out of there. Okay. I won't say anything else. You're okay. You're fine. I'll leave it at that. Well, I am happy, but I want you to be happy too. And I know you're not. Yeah, you're happy because we're together, we talk and stuff, but other than that, you're not happy. And that part of life sucks. Okay, I'll stop talking about it. I'll just let it go. You're happy. Yeah. We're happy together, but you're happy. You're happy with the what with yeah. You want out of it, but you're happy with it. Yeah. Well, I'm extremely happy I found you. But you're happy. But you're happy with where you're at and stuff. So I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it's your problem. I can't do anything about it. Okay. Not a problem. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I am happy, but I want you to be happy, and you're happy with the way you are. You're happy where you are. You're happy with it. So we'll just leave it at that. You're happy, and I'm not talking about me and you happy. I'm talking about you are happy where you are, what you, how you live. You're happy, and you say I don't need to worry about it because it's your problem. That's what you said. It's your problem, so I don't need to worry about it. Okay, I won't. I'll stop. Yeah, yeah. But is it wrong? Is it wrong for me to want to try and give you something better? Is that wrong on my part to want that? Well, I mean, it seems like that's what you're saying, that it's wrong for me to want to make you happy. Yeah, we're happy together, but 8,400 miles is not together. Yeah, someday we will be. You know, I, I, I just have to leave it at that. Someday we will be. But yeah, yeah. Well, I guess I'll just have to be happy not being able to help you because, like you said, you're it's your problem and you're happy. So I guess I just have to accept that. Yeah, yeah. Okay. You want me to be happy like you're happy. And I'm not talking about you and I, our happiness together. You want me to be happy like you're happy with your life, your situation. That's the happiness you want for me, is to be happy. So basically, I should take and move into a room somewhere like you are so that I can be happy also. Well, I mean, I could give up all this and just move it, just live in my car. People do it all the time. Just live in my car, 24/7. That'd be like living in your room. I would be living in my car. I guess that's what I need to do so I can experience your happiness. It's just you know move out of here and just live in my car. That way I can experience the same happiness that you have. Huh? Yeah. Well, I mean, I try my best, but then you tell me that you're happy the way you live. I try my best to be supportive and care for you and do what I can for you, but yet not not comparing you and I together and stuff, but you're happy with your life the way it is, where you live and what you go through on a daily basis. Not without not bringing us into this picture and stuff. You're happy the way you live because you're used to it, so it doesn't bother you. You're happy with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's nothing I can do about it. So I just have to accept it myself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm happy that you're happy that we're together. I try and do what I can to make you even happier, but yet it's like, it's like the last time I sent you money. He said, don't send me no money. So I said, okay, I'll stop sending you money. He said, no, you can send me money, but yet you told me not to send the money. And when I said, okay, I'll stop sending money, he said, no, you can send me money. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not, I'm not sending you money to make you feel that you cannot live without me sending you money. That 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 you cannot survive if I don't send you money. I'm not trying to imply that at all. I'm trying to give you something that you've not had, that you've not had for a long, long time. Okay, okay, okay. I I will not send you any more money unless you say, "Hun, I need a little bit of help." So other than that, I will not send you another penny unless you ask me for it. Yeah, but I don't want you to go without food either. I don't want you to go without food. You you went without food for so long, and now you have even said because of me, you're not hungry anymore. But yet, if you don't want me to help, then you're going to get you're going to go hungry again, and I won't know if you're hungry or not because you won't say anything. So, but yet you don't want me to help you. So you may run out of money or whatever, and you're not eating like you want to eat, but yet you won't say anything. So that's why I would always send you money because I wanted to make sure that you were taking care of yourself, that you were eating, that you weren't hungry, but yet you told me not to send you any money. So okay, you like me because what? I'm fun. I'm advanced. Okay, whatever that's supposed to mean. Well, don't and I'm not trying to say this as a one-sided thing. Don't couples take care of each other? Isn't that part of what being a couple is? That they take care of each other? Doesn't doesn't being a couple, like we are, a couple, doesn't that mean that we take care of each other? As a couple, don't Doesn't the husband take care of the wife? And doesn't the wife take care of the husband? As a couple, don't we look out for each other? Isn't that what a couple's supposed to do? I mean, I always thought it was, but maybe I'm wrong. So I don't know. I guess I'm wrong. I guess that what I thought a couple was is not what a couple is. I thought that a couple looks out for each other, but I guess I'm wrong. That we're what? Yeah, we're a couple in love with each other, but that doesn't mean we can't care and take care of each other. You're making it seem like we shouldn't be taking care of each other, or at least I shouldn't be taking care, helping take care of you. That's what I'm understanding you to say is that I should not be helping to take care of you. Yeah, but you've made it very clear to not send you any money. So yeah, we will whenever we eventually get together. Where we're actually together. So it's just however long that takes. But until then, I guess I figure, well, you don't want me to send you any money, so I guess I'm the husband that doesn't help. But yet you told me not to send you my money. I'm not doing without. I'm not. I'm not doing without food. I have a car. I make my car payments. I put gas in my car. I buy my food. I'm not doing without. Well, you said not to send you any money, so I'll just leave it at that. You told me not to send you any money, so I'll just accept what you said. That's what you said the other day. So I just don't want you to go through your past. I don't want it to continue where you're not eating, where you're hungry, where you're, I don't know, not happy at times. I mean, I just didn't want you to go through that again. Yeah, but before we met, were you eating 3 or 4 times a day, or were you eating like three, or were you like eating like every 3 or 4 days? Yeah, was you eating 3 or 4 times a day, or were you eating every 3 or 4 days? You would skip like maybe like skip 2 days and you'd eat, and you'd skip another 2 days, then you'd eat, you know. Yeah, but now you can eat every single day. You're not hungry. But yet, yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, 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 yeah. But hon, I'm not looking at our relationship like that. I'm not looking at it like, okay, I'm giving you money, so I'm expecting such and such and such a thing from you. No, the only thing I want from you is your love and support. I mean, that's all I want from you is your love and support. Yeah, but I mean, you, I'm honoring what you have said. So, you know, unless you ask, I'm not sending you any money. I'm only honoring what you have requested. So I'll leave it at that. You're welcome. You're more than that to me. I wish you would. I wish you knew that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but like you said, it's not safe and healthy to sleep on a floor. Yeah, 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 yeah. It might be nice because the floor's cold, cooler and stuff. But is it healthy? No, because mice and rats are running around. They're crawling on you. Cockroaches crawling on you. You know, so it's not healthy, not at all. It's 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 what you're used to, and it it cools you down a little bit, especially on those really hot days, because the floor and the concrete and stuff is cooler, but it's just plain and simply not healthy.